You have on this post-assessment a grade that's on grade level or beyond grade level, that means a grade greater than 75%, I will give you 100%, but not only one test, I'm gonna give you 100% on all the tests of this fourth quarter. Just to make sure everybody understand it, everybody know about it, and take this chance. Yesterday, we had a review of section 8.1, right? It's about algebra of functions and composition. And this algebra of functions is kind of, I'm gonna say straightforward, because it's about addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Things that you know how to work out. You just need to practice a little bit how to apply it on functions, but I'm not gonna say it's hard. It's kind of straightforward. But then we have this, and this is not so easy. Composition. The composition is a new operation. It's a new thing. You're gonna compose. So this symbol means compose. Let's say it looks like a dot, an empty dot, or a tiny O. F compose G of X is going to be equals to F of G of X. You will plug in the function G of X into another function, into the function F of X. Look how it works. Let's say you have function F of X equals 4x plus 3, and the function G of X equals 7x, right? The F compose G of X equals F of G of X. That means you're going to plug in G of X into the function F of X. Instead of X, you will use the function G of X, which is 7x. So F of 7x. So you're going to plug in here, instead of X, you will plug in 7x. So this is equals to 4 times 7x plus 3. And that's something missing. There is something missing on the last line. There's a number missing. Can you help me? Can you find the number that's missing? Send me a message. I will, as usual, invite 2 or 3 students to help me. So, this line, you have 4 times 7x. So if you multiply 4 times 7x, you just have to get rid of the parentheses. 4 times 7 times x plus 3 is equals to 4 times 7, 28x plus 3. So the right answer, yes, is 28. 28 is the number that's missing. Thank you, Joillian. Perfect. Very good. And I don't know why Woody Woodpecker is so angry. The right answer is 28. Thank you, Joillian. Thank you very much. Let's move. Today we will look at another section, section 8.3, about exponential functions, how to identify the graph and how to sketch, to draw the graph of exponential functions. Okay? And first thing we have to know, well, we have the function, exponential function, y equals b exponent x, right? This is the exponential function. We will have this is the two main situations. One, if b is less than 1 or greater than 0, between 0 and 1, okay? Like 0.5, 0.25, less than 1 and greater than 0. You're gonna have a graph like this. It starts right up here in the sky, and we'll come down, 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 down real quick, and then we'll get near to 0 and goes trying to reach 0 all the way to infinity. It looks like that. It starts with a high value on infinity, and then goes down all the way to 0. This is called decay. Okay, this is a decay because the values, the value of the y, the value of the function, goes down and is decaying, right? It's going down. It's getting lower and lower. The other situation is if we have b greater than 1, then the graph starts near to 0 and grows very slowly, and at some point it starts to grow quicker and much quicker, and then grows really fast. And this is called growth. So exponential decay and exponential growth. Those are the two main kinds of exponential graphs you will find. Another thing I want to show is how to draw, how to sketch these graphs using paper and pencil. And I know you don't need to sketch graphs in paper and pencil anymore, right? You have computers and you have graphing calculators, you have apps that can help you out. But let's say if you are in a deserted island and you don't have anything at hand, just paper and pencil, and you need to draw an exponential graph, I will show you how to do it. I know this is a very unusual situation. Let me show at least how you will be able to find the graph. Well, let's get this example. F of x equals 4 exponent x, right? So y equals 4 exponent x. And we will assume a few values for x and calculate the result for y. So x equals minus 1, x equals 0, x equals 1. Those are a few values that we can calculate easily. If x equals negative 1, y equals 4 exponent negative 1, right? So y equals 1 over 4. If x equals 0, y equals 4 exponent 0, and 4 exponent 0 equals 1. If x equals 1, y equals 4 exponent 1, and then y equals 4. Now we have our table with 3 points. Both, all the 3 points have the coordinate x and y. We can plot those points in the graph. The first point, x equals negative 1. Negative 1 is here. This is x equals negative 1. And y equals 1 over 4. And 1 over 4 is somewhere between 0 and 1, closer to 0. Right? So y equals 1 over 4. Okay? This is the first point. Point number 1. Now, let's find point number 2. X equals 0. Here, x equals 0. Y equals 1. And then you have this point, is point number 2. The next one, point number 3. X equals 1. X equals 1. Y equals 4. And y equals 4 is right here. This is point number 3. That's it. We have the 3 points. We can connect and find the graph. And this is going to be a growth graph, right? Because b is greater than 1. So the growth starts in 0 and grows, raises slowly, very slowly, very slowly. And then at this point it starts to raise quicker, and then faster, and then raises much faster and goes all the way to infinity. This is our graph, is a growth, an exponential growth. All right? Questions? Tell me if you have any questions. And now, if you are, if you don't have any devices at hand, if you don't have any computers or phones or calculators, you will be able to draw, to sketch an exponential function on paper and pencil. Thank you, Jaelian. Thank you very much for the feedback. If you agree, let's move to our practice, to the quiz. Let me check. 3,408. Okay, Jaelian. Let's check now the right answer. Let's check how to calculate, how to estimate this investment. Look, Nick bought 1,000. So 1,000 is the initial investment. He invested 1,000. And we know it raised exponentially. So let's multiply this by an exponential function. B exponent x. Since we're talking about time, this is over time, instead of x, let's use t as time. And time is going to be monthly. This is a monthly rate, so time is in months. After the first month, he got 1,284, right? So we can calculate, can estimate the value of b. b is equals, divide both sides by 1,000, and you have b equals 1.284. Now we will find out the investment, the value of the investment after 12 months. So 1,000 times 1.284 exponent. 1 year is 12 months. And let me bring my calculator to do this math. 1,000 times 1.284 exponent 12, and the answer is $20,081. Let's round to 20,000. $20,000. That's a good, very good investment. You don't find easily investments like that from 1,000 it grows to 20,000 in just 1 year. This is a very, very good investment. And the right, oops, not what I intended to do. The right answer is 20,000. So you're gonna write down here $20,000. And this actually happened from December 2016. The Bitcoin was worth about $1,000. And then on December 2017, the Bitcoin reached very close to $20,000. This actually happened, was an exponential growth, very quick, very fast growth, and a lot of people make a lot of money out of it. Today, just so you know about it, the Bitcoin is worth $50,000. And I'm not telling you to do any investments on Bitcoin. No, I'm not. I'm not making any advertisement here about Bitcoin, because this investments, they kind of grow exponentially and then they fall, they decay really fast as well, and they behave kind of you can never predict the behavior. So that is the example, the answer. This is 20,000, and let me see who is closer to the right answer. So the first part, you're going to use your calculator. Just be careful on rounding to 5 decimals when you need, if you don't find an exact value. The second part, you can use the PhotoMath app if you want, or the GeoGebra, and find the graphs, and you will connect, you will write down which one is the right graph for the functions. And the last part is about calculating this radioactive substance. And I suggest you skip this paragraph, this story. What really is important is that the function and the time you will input, you will plug into the function. Okay? So try to solve this today's quiz by yourself. If you need help, send a message using the chat box. But I think most of the answers you can find help using the app. Okay? Only the last ones, M, N, and O, that you're not be able to get help with the PhotoMath app, but I can help you out if you need. You just have to use your calculator. So I'm gonna use the scientific calculator of my computer, and type the number 6, and this button here is the exponents, and then you check this prompt to see if you get the right expression. 6 exponents 2 negative equals 6 exponents negative 2 equals 0.02777777, then a bunch of 7s. The answer is going to be 0.0277, and then we need 8, right? We need 5 decimal places. I have to round the last one to 8. Yes, it's actually, let me, I think it's not 1 over 34. It's going to be 1 over 6 squared, right? And this is equals 1 over 36. And if you try this, 1 over 36 on the calculator, because the question is to evaluate the expressions using the calculator. So 1 divided by 36 equals the same thing, 0.202778. I understand, Jorge. It's because we need to to use the calculator today. Thank you. Letter E is another one that you have to round. So 2 exponents pi. Enter. Then you have it's pi. 8.82497. So this is equals 8 points. But we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This last one will not enter, but it's a 7. That means we need to round the last digit, we need to round up. We need to round to an 8. Yes, thank you, Jorge. For letters M, N, and O, as I suggested, don't focus a lot on this paragraph. Maybe you can read, maybe you can even skip the paragraph, because there's a story about background radiation, and then you're gonna read, you're gonna be scared, you're gonna think this question is too hard, and it's not, it's easy. You just have to apply the function, and you will plug in the times into the function and find the results. Check, for letter M, we have the function A of t equals 5 years, equals 30,000 times 1 over 2, 5 over 5. And 5 over 5 is 1, right? So we can find this is 30,000 times 1 over 2, 15,000. For letter M. Letter N, same thing. Apply the function A of t, but now t is 15. A of 15. 30,000. 1 over 2, exponent 15 over 5. And if we divide 15 by 5, we have 3. Get the calculator. 30,000 times 1 divided by 2, exponent 3. 3,750. What about the next one? Letter O. Kind of the same thing, because we have the time 50 years. So A at 50 equals 30,000 times 1 over 2, 50 over 5. Divide 50 by 5 and we have 10. So bring the calculator. Now it's 30,000 times 1 divided by 2, exponent 10. 29.3. This is equals 29.3. But this is going to be a multiple choice. The question is, will the radiation level be below the background level of 450? And the question is 29.3 less than 150? The answer is yes. And that is, let me zoom out, the answers for M, N, and O. For questions I to L, I suggest you try the PhotoMath app. So you get the app right in your phone, take a picture of the function, let's say the first one, f of x equals 3 exponent x, and then you will find at the bottom you're gonna find the graph. Okay, show graph, is going to be a growth, exponential growth. So for letter I is 3 or 4. It's going to be 3 or 4. And I suggest you check for x equals 1. What is the value for x equals 1? You're going to see for x equals 1, y equals 3. Here for x equals 1, y equals 2.5. Here for x equals 1, y equals 3. So the answer is 4. Letter I. The other growth is number 3. Is probably going to be letter L. And you can do the same thing. You can take a picture of each one of the functions and compare. But letter L is actually 2 over 5 exponent negative x. And this is equals to 5 over 2 exponent x. Okay? And 5 over 2 is 2.5. 2.5 x equals 1, y equals 2.5. So this is going to be L is number 3. The other ones, number 1. For x equals negative 1, you have 4. And probably is j. Number 2, for x equals negative 1, you have 5, and it's going to be k.